Police officers in France have held protests over a new French government ban on the chokehold move used by officers to restrain suspects. The ban was announced on Monday after Black Lives Matter demonstrators took to the streets alleging French police brutality, with more protests planned for this weekend. Reged Ahmad reports.
Police in France throwing their handcuffs onto the ground in protest. These officers are angry at comparisons made between the French police force and officers in the US in the wake of the killing of George Floyd, when a white police officer knelt on his neck for nearly 9 minutes. In Paris, police drive convoys down the Champs-Élysées, sounding their horns. They're also angry at a French government decision to ban the chokehold. The government says it's a dangerous method of arrest, but police officers say it's not the same move implicated in the death of George Floyd.
What drives us nuts, sorry for the term, is that the police in France is the most monitored police in the world. So when some go overboard, which is a very small minority, it shouldn't stigmatise all police officers.
Those words will be cold comfort, though, to some who allege brutality at the hands of French police officers. 24-year-old Adama Traoré died in 2016 while being restrained by police. Medical experts weren't able to agree on whether the way he was held by officers killed him. But his sister, who's been involved in the recent Black Lives Matter protests, says her brother's case has similarities to the US.
Unfortunately, the death of George Floyd that sent a chill around the world echoed what happened to my brother. They died in exactly the same way. Adama carried the weight of 3 gendarmes on his body.
Black Lives Matter protests in France have resonated with many, as rights groups say allegations of racism at the hands of French police have remained unaddressed. Police officers and unions are strongly denying the charge, and it's not clear where the needle will settle on this debate when it comes to police behaviour. But it does seem that the events of the last few weeks have opened up an old, some might say festering wound in the country. Reged Ahmad, BBC News.
Now,